When I was preparing for this interview, one of the things I thought that was most, if I could describe you in one word, it would be formidable.
Oh, that's interesting.
I looked back over some material and when you started with the Houston Ballet, for instance, and you went and auditioned, and then they didn't give you the audition, and you were definitely qualified for it.
Well, it was the new North Carolina School of the Arts. Well, Houston Ballet first would not audition me because I was black.
Right.
And that took several years. And then finally, maybe 3 years later, after my mother found a private businessman who had been in the Mariinsky Theater as a young dancer to train one-on-one, then I got the scholarship. And that scholarship gave me 10 classes or more a week. And then I was rejected again by the North Carolina School of the Arts, but
then they even had you demonstrate.
They did. They had me demonstrate. I was the best thing in the audition, but they didn't take me. And they told me that I would never be successful in dance, and I should try something else. So they were wrong, but this is what happens, you know, which is why I'm really so committed to developing young people, because they need guidance and they need encouragement as well as the tough criticism along the way.
Yeah. When you finally did, at Howard, you studied with literature.
Yeah, I went to Howard as a classics major. I stopped dancing altogether after that terrible experience. And then I was, you know, kind of like the dancing snack of the campus. I was always turning out the parties, and I was dancing at a party one night, and this man came up to me, said, "You can really dance." I had done about, 2 or 3 turns and a layout in the middle of whatever was the most popular dance. And I said, "Yeah, a little bit." But then he took me under his wing. His name was Mike Malone, and that got me back on track, which was so great for me.
And then when you left Howard, then you came to New York.
Yeah.
And then you, and they claimed Pearlie as one of your breakout roles.
Well, it wasn't a breakout role. This is my first Broadway show. I didn't stay any long. There was not very much to do, the opening and the closing. But I did get to work with Louis Johnson, who I love so much. And it was defining in terms of it was not what I wanted to do. Then I found George Faison. That was what I wanted to do. George Faison's Universal Dance Experience. He was like the Ulysses Dove of his time, Complexions of its time. We were doing breakthrough kind of ballets, a ballet called Slaves. We were doing Otis Redding. We were doing just poppy ballet about drugs. It was incredible.
I remember seeing the Universal Dance Experience in D.C.
Okay.
And you weren't, by then you had moved on. But it was still groundbreaking.
Yeah.
In terms of the risk he took and the amount of sheer fun he had at the same time.
Yeah.
In the choreography.
Yeah. I was just asking him, I saw him today, and I was saying, why isn't Alvin Ailey doing Slaves? They need to be doing that. They need to do it. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's such a message.
So relevant, and that's what the art world should do. It should be a lens through which we can look back in time, look right now in time, look in future times, examine those things that are uncomfortable for us, examine those things that give us joy, just things that need to be talked about. That's what art should do.
When I was a student at the Harvey Science, you came over one day with Hector Mercado, and you were rehearsing in what we call the Apricot Studio on the 2nd floor. And I think it was West Side Story.
Yeah.
And you were so nice. And then I was a kid, and you basically left the door open. You were so sweet. I was the only black face in the building.
Oh my goodness, I know that ballet world has always been tough.
And you were so nice. You left the door open. The two of you rehearsed, and you let me watch. I sat right on the marble stairs.
Oh, that was good. I still am good friends with Hector. He teaches at my dance school sometimes. Yeah.
But you know what? It showed me when someone did that, because when you did that role, everyone took notice of it on Broadway. You came in and you had work to do, but you were still generous enough to share.
Well, you know, I knew what it was like being a kid, not getting any opportunity or not being welcomed. I mean, I was the only black dancer at the Houston Ballet Foundation for maybe 4 years, the only one. And I managed not to be lonesome. I managed to, you know, find my way, but I know that's a tough palette on which to paint. I know it is. So I was very happy to see you there because I knew the part of this ballet was. I was like, you're here? I'm sure. I know I was.
You were.
So happy to see you
I never
there.
forgot that because you were just so gracious.
Yeah.
And you see, that's another thing that you don't know who you're going to meet and how you touch young people. And you've done so much of that throughout your whole life.
Yeah. I do. I have a lot of kids that are out here doing so many things. I was just thinking about it today. Corey Hawkins, who's one of the stars of Straight Outta Brooklyn. Well, his mother now almost had a fist fight because she was going to take him out of theater arts. And I said, you are insane. This boy is really talented. Let him come. Let me have it. Miss Allen, she was a security guard, and he is on his way now to doing a big movie. They're doing King Kong again. He's starring in that. He's like in 3 franchises. But then I have some kids who are teaching dance. I have some kids that are on Broadway. Kids that are scholars, you know, full scholarship students at Stanford that are in the world of engineering and technology. But the dance informs them. It's that artistic side, it's the creative side that makes it possible to become a Steve Jobs. That's what it is. So. Tell me what happened with you in your dancing. What happened with you?
Well,
I know you were there.
Yeah, you know, it was so great. Even then, I wanted to be a choreographer. And Mrs. Harkness gave me the opportunity to choreograph. And I had music lessons at her penthouse at the Carlisle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she really took an interest. And,
that's so beautiful.
And then from there, when I left there, she became my patron. She paid me salary.
Oh.
And I learned of so many things. Everything from how you run a school to how you cater a party, events in a huge building. And then when I left there, I ran into my second patron, who was Monette Beard. Monette Beard.
Oh my God.
I worked with her. And that's how then through her, we revamped her company. And I said, you know, you should have all these great ballets. She said, can't afford that. And I said, well, no, you don't. You don't have to have cash. You have something that's accelerating value. And I learned that at Harkness. And we commissioned George Faison. That's how I met George and Charlie and Louis Johnson.
How nice.
And we did. In fact, I was the rehearsal director and the choreographer in residence. So I learned Slaves. I learned every part. Sweet Otis, every part. And Congo Tango. And Phoebe Snow.
Phoebe Snow. Oh yeah, all these great pieces that need to be in the repertoire somewhere.
But you know, that's great dance theater. I mean, I look at Rainbow Round my shoulder.
Yes.
And you think about what has come since then that touches so many facets. You learned your craft. You took the time out to learn it. I see so many people who are coming up who haven't had enough dancing to choreograph. They don't understand where the rest stops and how you pace things. And so when you see a lot of things, you say, but you don't leave the theater feeling. You feel exhausted. I mean, kinesthetic is how can you remember all those steps? You say things like that, or that was interesting. But you don't go and say, oh my God, for 2 weeks, you know, you're mad every time you see, you see Rainbow, you're mad every time you see anything that has to do with criminal justice, or you see Revelations and you remember being baptized and brought back those universal themes, within everybody.
I think Ulysses Dove did that to us.
Yeah.
And we lost him so early.
Yeah.
We lost him way too early. But I actually went to the theater last night. I saw Hamilton. I was left just mesmerized and loving. But it was like a ballet because they moved the whole time. But yeah, we need more. We need more choreographers to come out and speak to us. The dance world is a powerful world.
Directing. I would say one of the things I had the longest talk with your sister also.
Yeah.
About Cat on the Hudson Roof.
Oh yeah, Cat.
Yes, I thought you did an amazing job, a
Thank you.
masterful job as
Thank
the
you.
director.
Thank you. I loved what I did. I did. I had a good time.
The opening scene with Maggie, where you choreographed it literally. I mean, it was directed, but she never stopped talking. She was getting dressed at the same time. And you amalgamated the way you would, just made the movement and the words and everything just flow as she got dressed.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, it was
wonderful job.
choreography. It was. I enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed exploring that dramatic narrative. Tennessee Williams was incredible. I met him once, and he was a man. He had such a great sense of humor, but he had a very dark life, and it always worked its way into whatever his writings were. That was a great piece.
And just to see how your sister, James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
the interaction between each other, because they were the consummate artists in
Yeah.
the piece. you know.
Yeah. Well, we did it again in London, and we were much more welcomed in a way there. It was interesting because when we did Cattle Hot Roof here, I remember there was a journalist that was going to write an article in the New York Times to talk about basically how I had bastardized.
One second. Is it done?